Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. So today I want to go ahead and walk you through how to create, how to take a library that you download in the SensiML Analytics Studio and integrate that into the QORC SDK. So there's a couple of settings that you need to set in the QORC SDK to make the KnowledgePack get called. So I'm going to show you how to do that, compile it, and then we'll flash it to our device. So I'm going to start with one of the projects that we've already seen before in one of the tutorials, which is the QuickFeather fan demo. And so here's the project, and I'm going to click over to knowledge packs, and here I have all the knowledge packs I've built. I'm just going to select this one right here. So fan state classification 4, PME classifier. So I'm going to click on the download to download the knowledge pack. And then I'm going to click over to QuickFeather, and here's the sensor. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click library. Since we're going to use the library for this demo, I'm going to hit download. So you'd use the library if you wanted to build your own application and not just use the simple example application we have. And if you wanted to make any modifications, you would want to use the library to download. So while it's downloading, it's going to compile the library, and it's going to return to us a zip file that contains the library, some header files, which are the public APIs to the library, and then some code that we're going to copy that tells the QORC SDK how to run it. So we're going to copy all that code over to our QORC SDK folder into the QuickFeather SSI AI app. So as soon as that finishes, we're going to do that. Okay, so now we've downloaded the file. I'm going to go ahead and open. And that pops this up here. So it's been put in my downloads folder. And I'm going to go ahead and extract it all. And just extract right here. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at what's inside. So in here we have the KnowledgePack, KnowledgePack project. So you'll basically see three folders. This one has some header files. This has the library and the header files for the library. It also has this model.json file, which has information about basically which classifier is used and what the class map looks like. And then finally we have the circ file, and this is what we're going to include to help the QORC SDK run our file. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the QORC SDK now. So here is, let me close this window right here. So we have the QORC SDK QuickFeather apps. I'm going to go to the QuickFeather SSI AI app, and again, this is all in the README. And I'm going to go to KnowledgePack, which is what we have here, and I'm just going to actually just delete these, and I'm going to copy these new ones in here, like that. So now we've updated the QORC SDK with the new KnowledgePack. And so now that I've done that, I'm going to bring over Eclipse. And so here's the README file I was talking about. So we're going to switch from live stream mode to recognition. Okay, and so here is the README that gives some instructions in text form for how to go through and configure the project for data collection mode or for recognition mode. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and configure this project for recognition mode. And so I'm going to look for sensor sss.h and open this file up and scroll down to these lines right here, so 75 and 76. And these are the lines that determine if the KnowledgePack is going to run or if it's just going to stream data out. So if you have been building a project and you flashed your KnowledgePack and you're wondering why you weren't seeing any recognition results, it's probably because you need to swap these two numbers right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and hit save, and then I'm going to build the project. So I'm just going to I'm going to come down to the GCC project, which is where this gets built, and I'll just delete, so I already built this project a second ago. We'll just delete everything here in the output folder, and then I'm going to right click and say clean project. So we start from scratch, and then I'll just say build project. So of course, this is assuming you've already set up your Eclipse SDK to build the project for data collection, and then just going and making that change after you copy that file, those KnowledgePack files over, is going to let you build it for the QORC SDK. All right, so while that's building, let me get my other stuff set up. Let's see. So the next thing, all right, yeah, so it just finished building. And so the next thing we want to do is actually flash the firmware. So I'm going to go ahead and walk through the steps to do that. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring my terminal over. And so here, what we're going to use is the tiny FPGA programmer application. So we say Python, which is the programming language we're using. It's written in. We put the path to the tiny FPGA programmer. M4 app is what we're going to flash, and we want to flash this bin that just got generated. So when you compile the project, it's going to put it creates this QuickFeather SSI AI app.bin in the output folder of the GCC project. That's what we want to flash, and we're going to flash it in M4 mode. And so before you do that, so I just connected the cable. So you want to put it into flash mode. So you click the reset button, and then you click the user button, and now it's blinking green. So I know I can flash it. Okay, so we're going to flash the board. And all right, now it's flashed. So our program is on it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click the reset button on the board. And now it's powered on. So the next thing we want to do is actually what I'm going to use is we have a gateway application to read the results. And so let me bring that up now. So this is the simple streaming gateway. So if it's on GitHub. Okay. So we're going to use what we call the simple streaming gateway. So it's a project on GitHub. You can go and basically it's a Python server that can handle helping you either data collect or view the sensor results over some different connections. And so we're going to use it to view the sensor results over Wi-Fi. I've already have it on my computer. So I'm opening it in VS Code now. And the one thing that I did modify for this application is I updated the class map. So right here is my class map. And if we look at the model that we downloaded, the class map is here, and these are basically when the model detects 1, that corresponds to flow block, 2, mount vibration. It's just a little bit easier to figure out what's going on if you have the class map here. And so I'm going to start the app by just running python app.py, and this starts the gateway server. And so to go to the gateway, it just starts it at localhost port 555. And so I'm going to go ahead and configure. So I'm actually using the ESP32 to connect to this. You can also do it over serial. If you don't have the ESP32, you can just click serial and click scan for devices. So I'm going to connect over the TCP IP, and let me show you how we can see the address. So if you are using the ESP32, I'll just walk through the steps to actually figure out what the address is. So we have another, here's the application that I flashed the ESP32. This is also on our GitHub at SensiML. And so if I just do idf.py monitor, and I need to plug the USB into the ESP32. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay. All right, so I'm going to say idf.py monitor. And so this is just monitors the application while it's running, and it also tells me the IP address. So here's the IP address on my network for the ESP32. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Configure Gateway. And so now the gateway is connected. I can see this device connected box comes up here. If I come in here, it tells me the mode, the source, and the device ID. So now I'm going to switch over to test mode, and I'm just going to click Start Stream. So I'll just show you. So the fan's just sitting here off right now, which is why you're seeing the off classification come in. So that is walking through basically if you wanted to download a library and build your application around that library. You probably have other application logic and things that you want to do. This tutorial just walk through what you need to configure in the QORC SDK to make that possible.